The humble bumblebee, that little black and white, usually in my area is black and white. Last year I looked for bumblebees and I didn't see any. This year I see a little itty bitty bumblebee like that, that thing. And so I saw a couple of them. In my mother's lawn and that, I would leave patches of clover to grow, and that's basically what it is. It seems to be in the summertime. If you leave patches of clover to grow, that's the only green spots around. Clover is also a good thing to putting nitrogen into the ground. But this year I only saw a couple of small ones. My mother said there's a big queen around somewhere, and years ago I was over there, and there was a queen there. My mother would leave a little window open up in the garage, and a little crack, and the queen would go in there. She had a little place that she would nest in there, and go over there. And my mother said it was the queen. Well, my mother and the queen had something in common. They're both mothers. But she said the queen would, my mother would see the queen, and my mother would go, hi, and the queen bee would raise its leg, every time they. So maybe it's just to be friendly, not to get crushed. But then there wasn't a queen bee, and there wasn't other bees. And last year, as I said, I didn't see any bumblebees, but of course they come out at different times. This year, yeah. And it's nice to have bumblebees because they're unlike a regular honeybee hive, which stores honey and may have 10,000 honeybees running around. And bumblebees are a little strange. They don't do the dance like the honeybee does. Don't know how they communicate. I guess they move around, but they're loners and away they go. But they're in trouble. And the trouble is the climate change. They're under stress. That could have been last year that the bee died off from disease, or it was too warm. This year, it's warm, but again, the patches of you look at it warm. It hasn't really rained in the last 3 weeks. It moisture fell to the ground. I guess the cloud was too heavy, or the fog was too heavy. That's about it. It really haven't rained. So you have all the dead patches, and then you have the clover patches. And one of the neighbors said, "Hey, why do you keep that stuff there?" It says the flowers for the bees. Yeah, because if the neighbors don't plant flowers, well, there's more pollen in clover than there is in just, oh, look at the cute little flowers the guy has. But that's it. The bumblebee is in serious trouble because of our tinkling with the climate, and it's heating up. That's my thing on bumblebees. I hope they adjust. And are bumblebees friendly? More or less, but don't piss one off. Really. They bite.